Hey everybody, how we doing? This is going to be a fun show. We're going to kind of do like a random reaction thing, but we have a special guest, and so I'm going to introduce him when I get back. But hey, this is the Punk Apostate, and I am Brentley. Let's go. So we got Dr. Ben. How you doing, Dr. Ben?
Hey, what's up? I'm here. I've been editing Holy Spirits all day, which if people out there are not watching Holy Spirits yet, I don't know what's wrong with you, because it just sounds like you don't like fun things. You don't want to have fun. And
Right.
yeah, if you don't want to have fun, then definitely don't go over to Holy Spirits. But damn,
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
for real. Because I mean, and it is. I mean, it's unbelievably fun. It's like all the personalities you love from all of the skeptic shows getting wasted and talking about the Bible. It's perfect. Can't beat that. That is awesome. So, oh yeah. So we got. I was trying, like I was telling Ben before the show. A lot of times stuff jumps out at me, and I'd be like, "Oh, we got to do that. We got to cover that." I just was nothing really jumped out. So it's kind of like, you know what? Let's just this puppet thing is wild. We could kind of just
I didn't see the puppet thing. What went on with the puppet thing?
it's what's funny too, because and I feel bad if I can't remember who it was in the Discord, like sent it to me. We're like, you gotta cover this puppet. It's insane. But then I covered it, or I did some reactions to it, and then a big channel. Damn, of course now I can't think who it was. It's like genetically modified or something like that. Covered it just recently. Oh no, yeah, I can't remember. I was like, oh, I think I have it, but no, I can't. Oh, it was Emma. That's what it was. Yeah, Emma.
Emma Thorne, yeah.
Thorne. Thank you. Yeah. She just goes. It's bad shit here. Well, this is a short, but we'll take just to give you a kind of an idea of how this thing works.
Clear up, Antichrist would not be lovers of women, please. Okay, so the Antichrist, spoken of in Daniel, has several other names: man of lawlessness, king of the north, king of the last kingdom.
Wait a second, the king of the north, that is Jon Snow. We already know this.
Like, Daniel predicted Game of Thrones.
That would actually be that would make it seem more accurate than it's like, oh.
Yeah, okay, but along that, like, what if, because I mean, if the prophecies were just about things that were going to happen in the future, well, Game of Thrones, the series, of course, happened in the future from them. So like, what if they were just predicting entertainment things and thought that they were real prophecies, but actually it wasn't? It's just like, no, you got a vision of the TV people watch.
It's like the antenna was kind of off. They're like, oh shit, we just showed them about the movie. That's why nothing made sense. And they were dragons with 7 heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Just watching some show, Jesus.
The willful king, whatever you want to call him. And this guy, it does say something about him in Daniel 11:37. It says, he shall pay no attention to the gods of his fathers, or to the one beloved by women. He shall not pay attention to any other god, for he shall magnify himself above all. So, in some translations, it says he will have no regard for the desire of women. Some scholars believe this refers to Jesus, that giving birth to the Messiah was the desire of women.
God, I couldn't imagine having to do all this. This is so absurd. I get, because I was going to say, I think like the Trump, people were saying like Trump is the Antichrist, because I feel like he fits the bill, but like a lot. Making statues of himself and stuff. Also, he's supposed to be prideful. There's so much stuff that aligns, and but that one, I didn't remember that. But of course, now the puppet's saying that it doesn't even have to do with the Antichrist; it has to do with Jesus. But saying that he doesn't like women, and women don't even turn him on. Like, well, that's not Trump, then,
Yeah, right.
as long as it's his daughter, you know what I mean? It's fine.
Yeah.
He's very public about his opinion about that.
So the one loved by women, the God loved by women, the one that women wish they could give birth to would be the Messiah, Christ, Jesus. And so since Jesus wasn't born yet, this is believed by some scholars to be prophetic, referring to him. So the Antichrist will not be worshiping the God of his ancestors, whatever nation he comes out of, and some scholars believe he will not have any regard for the Messiah, for Christ. But if you go with the other translation, it could mean he just has no desire to be with women.
This one is just really, this is like the worst one to start with. It's like, you're like, really? What is this?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, well, hold on, let me go to his actual thing, because he's got some crazy ones. Just trying to think of like, and I think it was Emma like said like
Fake
the
curses.
worst. What was it?
There's something about fake curses
Fake curses. Hold on, no,
as opposed to real curses. Like,
right.
does God believe in real curses?
That's the funny part is they do. They believe it. They're like, don't fall for the fake ones though. Like, you know how you can tell? It's the feeling, probably. You know, it's how does it feel? Do you feel cursed? Because if you then it probably is. What is it?
Yeah, if it's witchcraft that is in favor of the Bible, like, you know, blood sacrifices, etc., like that's okay witchcraft.
Yeah.
But other things are bad witchcraft. So like sage is bad, Ouija boards are bad, but blood sacrifice
yoga
is okay.
Yeah, it's funny, and they always like when you bring that up, a lot of times they'll do that thing where they're like, well, the devil always does a counterfeit. He perversion. It's a version that is per version of Jesus's stuff. So it's always similar, but like this is funny.
It's like that stems from the Middle Ages. Like that's all that perversion stuff. Like it was symbolic for a reason. Like they did things that were anti-Jesus and anti all that. So like, of course, the color black as opposed to the color white, the goat as opposed to the lamb, all of that is meant to be the like opposite of Jesus, because that's how medieval symbolism was. Like this wasn't something that was created in the Bible times. This was created in the Middle Ages by people that had symbolism like that. Like that's just how their belief system was.
Wow, I did not. That's wild. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
That it's like, so it was like what, like a century later, or like several centuries later? Yeah. I was gonna say like thousands of years. Not centuries, just 100. Yeah, let's see what the fake curses was, because now my curiosity is piqued.
I was told I was cursed to go to hell because I live with an atheist. Why do their actions affect my soul if I'm not involved? They don't. Oh my goodness. Whoever told you that is, at the very least, is terribly misinformed. I have much worse things to say, but I'll bite my tongue. Okay, no.
So weird.
Absolutely not. Look, here's the thing.
That is crazy that somebody would say that. Like, you're cursed and going to hell for living with an atheist. You know, that shit spreads. It gets up, it sheds. It's like vaccines. It sheds everywhere. Jesus Christ. Wow.
But also, I do want to respond to Ember's comment in the chat about the puppet demon. Okay, so we're allowed to have this guy, but we're not allowed to have a Labubu. Like a Labubu is a demon, but this thing isn't. Like,
how does that work, huh? Jesus, come on. There we go. That is too funny. Yeah, the Labubu. I mean, in all fairness, Labubus look fucking crazy. They're smiling weird. They're up to something.
They're ugly as shit. They're disturbing. But in all fairness, I also have a long Furby, so that the Labubu is the Furby of this generation. Like, let's be real. We've all had our share of horrendous looking toys that should not exist.
Right. Dude, you know that it took me forever to I mean, literally, like within like the past 5 years, I realized that Furbies are not the little cute one from Gremlins. It's not. That's a different thing
No.
entirely. Totally different. I was just like, what? I thought that was a toy for the fucking movie. What? What are you talking about? Like he's got a beak.
No. It's got a beak. It's super weird.
Like he does have a beak. That's right. I don't know what I thought, but just I missed it. I don't know.
That's like saying your entire family has to be saved for you to be saved. That's ridiculous. Your salvation is not dependent on anyone else. The Bible specifically tells us that in the end times there will be
but your salvation is not dependent on anybody else, but your sin is. Like your sin was dependent on Eve. So if your sin, if you become a sinner because of Eve, then it doesn't make sense that, one action would be only you and not be affected by anybody else. Like that isn't consistent within any of the literature at all.
That's it. Because you're right. Because like we're all still paying for what she did, right? It was just that one lady who messed everything up for everybody. The rib lady,
The rib lady.
Exactly. Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, expecting consistency, from these people is asking kind of a lot, but is a good point.
Parents who betray their kids and kids who betray their parents, things like that. If your whole family had to be saved, then guess what? As soon as your unbelieving brother decides to walk away, well, then the whole family going to hell? No, of course not. That's ridiculous. So no.
Well, because that's what happened with Eve and everybody else.
Right. Yeah. And it does say that like you will get punished for the sins of your fathers and stuff. So
yeah. So that works. Doesn't line up.
Right.
Read your Bible, dinks.
Dinks. You dinks.
Yeah. His name sounds like an insult.
It really does. Dinks the pup. You dinks the pup. Jesus Christ, that's funny.
Salvation is dependent on your faith alone.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, but it gets. I'm trying to think of where there's like he gets really like shitty too in certain videos, like where he's just super judgy, and you're just like, what a fucking asshole. And I'm just trying to think of a good example because like a lot of them are just sort of whatever, you know what I mean? They're just like, here's what my religion says you got to be or whatever. But some of them get like sort of political, and you're just like, whoa, the puppet's a fucking bigot. Like
the thumbnails are just so weird because it's just the creepy little eyes poking out. Like what? Like why do you look like you're peeping over a bathroom stall? Like that is
exactly that is this one, right? All of them too.
Imagine this puppet. Imagine you're taking a shit and this puppet just peeps out either over the top or underneath the stall. It's like, hey, you want to talk about two forms of tongues?
Let's not talk about tongue anything while I'm on the pot. Okay, I don't want to talk about that's Jesus. That is awesome. Terrifying. It reminds me. I can't remember what the thing's name was, but it was like something that people used to draw everywhere. It was just like the big nose, and it was like the eyes, and you draw like a wall or whatever, and it would be like this head. You remember that?
The Kilroy things, yeah.
That was it. Kilroy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. That was it.
Oh, that one. There's the puppet showing up in your bathroom, like God is not ignoring you. Nightmare fuel right here.
Whoa. Okay. Sorry. I will not think that God is ignoring. Oh, see, you're atheist almost admits the quiet part. Okay, now
I want to know what that says.
I know. What is the quiet part?
Yeah.
So a reliable source of truth.
Well, as we established in a previous video of yours that I refuted, you don't bother doing any research, so of course it's not going to make any sense to you at all. But let's see what you have to say.
It is not divine wisdom, and it is definitely not an accurate account of how the world came to be.
And you know that how? Were you there?
It's a collection
Oh
of
my
old stories.
god.
Were you there? Was there
You
a-
really did the "were you there" argument.
That's amazing. Like, oh my god. No, you had to be there in order to. That's the only way
love
you
that-
can know anything.
I love that the atheist has to be the one to do the research, but the puppet guy doesn't have to do any research. He just gets to say, "Were you there?"
And that that shuts you down because you're just like, no, I wasn't. Jesus.
Edited and re-edited by people in power.
Still waiting for that evidence.
Riddled with
We're
contradictions.
waiting for yours
Go ahead
too,
and give your
Puppet
list.
Man.
Right.
The
I was
burden's
gonna-
on you, Puppet Man. The burden's on you. The burden is not on the other person.
He doesn't understand the burden of proof because they always hear us say that. It's so funny when they
Yeah.
just have to mimic, like they just try to mimic us, and they was like, "I'm waiting for the evidence of not a thing existing." So
I
anytime
need the evidence that Russell's teapot is not floating in space.
right? Yep, that's an
Show me the
excellent-
footage right now that definitely proves. You have to give me an aerial view of the entire universe to show me that Russell's teapot is not there.
Exactly. Yes, the whole thing at once, and because it can move. It can move. It's in orbit, so got to see the whole thing at the same time. Yeah, that's. I don't think They never think of that.
Love to refute each one.
And propped up only because society is afraid to admit that it may be the biggest lie in human history.
Oh, so you're prone to conspiracy theories that every single person who believes it knows it's a lie and is just afraid to admit it? Really?
It's so crazy. So that's a conspiracy theory when he says it, which, to be fair, that was not a good argument. But they do that constantly with us. So you just want to sin. That's like constant. Jesus.
Or could it be we actually believe it?
We literally have evidence of where these stories came from.
So tell us.
The flood myth existed long before Noah.
That's because the actual event happened long before Moses wrote it down. So
What, man? But
Where's your evidence, dude?
right? Yeah, you're just that now. You just get to say stuff. My God.
We don't even have evidence. We don't even have good evidence that Moses existed. So,
Right, and I feel like
how about provide that? Provide evidence that Moses actually wrote something.
right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the isn't that like almost agreed upon by scholars, even Christian scholars, that Moses probably didn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know about Christian scholars, but I know like actual historians pretty much agree that Moses was a fictional character. So,
Yeah,
and the
right.
whole Exodus is fictional.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like propaganda and stuff, like anti-Egypt
Yeah.
propaganda and shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
if it was something that actually happened, why is it a problem that someone else wrote about it first, even if they got the details wrong?
Virgin births
What?
were claimed by
Well, how do you know whose details? Okay, this is where it's like, because the earlier version of the story was different, and he's saying the earlier version that would have been written closer to the time that the events supposedly happened, yet but he doesn't believe that, but he's like, but it happened early. I'm so confused. I don't feel like I can follow that logic.
Yeah.
My goodness. Because I used to always say that, but like, oh man, the reason that we don't believe all the stuff from the Bible is because we've gotten so much time has gone by and we just like drifted away. Because like back in the day, they knew that magical stuff was real. Like they could, they could see it all over the place. And then we stopped believing. And I don't know. I think
Yeah,
maybe
like
it's
why was the magical stuff so real and so evident way back then, but suddenly as soon as we develop a scientific method and video cameras and photo cameras and all that, how come it suddenly stops existing or like stops being noticeable? Like
right. Yeah.
the physics hasn't changed.
Because God
Like-
was hiding it, or so I don't know. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, it's gonna happen again too, because now that we have this AI stuff where so many people can't tell
Oh, yeah.
the difference, we're gonna start seeing miracles like crazy. You know,
Yeah.
can't wait for that. Jesus.
by other religions long before Jesus.
Well, there's 8 possible ones that you might be referring to, and maybe I know of more than you do, but let's hit each of these. You might
There's
be
more
thinking
than
of
8.
Perseus, but
What was it? What was this?
The virgin births. There's definitely way more than 8.
Okay. Yeah, and that I was just watching that movie Heretic. Have you seen that?
Oh, I have not seen it.
Oh, it's pretty good. But and they went through that whole thing where they're like, oh, this person was born on December 25th and taught in the yard or whatever at 12 years old. Like basically went through all the things that Jesus did. And they're like, and all these earlier versions of that happened. But everything that I've looked up has said that they're really stretching. I don't know about the born from a virgin aspect of it, but all the other ones, as far as I could tell, did not seem accurate. But Ember would know. Ember, where are you at on that? Is that accurate, or am I wrong, or were all those characteristics from previous deities? Well, she can't answer. I don't know why anyway. Okay.
I doubt it, because even though a handful of people claim it's a virgin birth, most understand it's just Zeus being full of lust and going after females he shouldn't. You could be talking about Dionysus. He has a supposed rebirth.
Who pronounces it that way?
Dionysus.
Dionysus. Okay, like come on. There's like humans that aren't puppets pronounce it Dionysus. Okay. Good night.
From Zeus's thigh, and some might refer to that as a virgin birth, but not really. It's more like cloning or something like that. There's the
Cloning. That's what I think they were thinking back then. They're like, this is, that was exactly the concept they were thinking of.
legend of Alexander the Great, that Zeus fathered him.
Why is he focusing so hard on the Greco-Roman shit? Like the big ones that people are going to be talking about are from Hinduism. Like more Eastern religions. Like I feel like this puppet doesn't understand Eastern religion, and so of course is trying to stick to his assumptions about Greco-Roman tradition. But if he doesn't mention anything about Hinduism, I already don't accept anything that he says, but I accept less of what he says if he doesn't mention Hinduism in this.
That's not one of the white religions, so it's even though he's pink, he's pink, but still it's Christian. They don't know non-white stuff.
Yeah. A woman, which is kind of weird, but Zeus was clearly no virgin. You have Horus, that there's the myth that Isis's magical conception is tied to fertility rituals, but it's still not quite a virgin thing. Maybe you're thinking of Karna. And according to the Hindu epic, his birth.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well,
except it's not Karna, because Karna was not. That's not who I'm talking about.
Really?
Because Karna's a demigod, but he was not born of a virgin. It is a supernatural birth, but no, it's clearly in the Mahabharata that Karna's mother actually did the fucky wucky with a god. Like it wasn't just a Bible, I don't know, whatever they think, how they think God impregnated Mary. No, but it's like explicitly like they fucked in the Mahabharata. So
they're pretty open about that sort of thing over there in that religion. There's only like 2 verses that even allude to it. It being anything other than disgusting and evil in the Bible, but
so at least they are mentioning Hinduism, but getting not
wrong.
Stories that I would have gone to.
Right, getting it,
and also that wasn't. It's like the Mahabharata is like yes, it is Hindu story, but it's more like an epic poem. Like it's more like Greek and Roman mythology in that. I'm sure there's a lot of disagreement even amongst Hindus, like whether or not all of that actually happened or if it was a story.
Just like
So,
almost like
yeah.
how Genesis is like on day, on the first day,
Yeah.
which is clearly poetic, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how you can like read that whole story and be like, this must have been talking about stuff that actually happened. But
Yeah, I'm curious too about what the quiet part actually is.
right. I was
Like,
gonna say,
does this person know what that phrase means? I don't think they know what saying the quiet part out loud means.
right? Yeah. Was he gonna say like that he actually believes in God and that's the quiet part, and he's just
Or is the other guy
right.
going to come out as like blatantly racist? Because like, okay, if that's the case, then sure.
That would track. Yep.
But
Birth came through invoking a god, but still not a virgin natural birthing. No. Then also in Hindu tradition, you have Krishna, but his birth
Krishna was the one I was thinking of.
Okay. Now, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I have heard of Krishna, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was like one that had some similarities in there, but
Yeah.
but some of them still felt like a stretch, and I don't remember all the details, so I couldn't. But yeah,
not virgin at all. It's a tale of protection from a wicked king. Then you have Buddha in
Wait.
the Buddha.
Well, he said
Wait,
it was
so
not
it's
a virgin at all. What?
well, and he said it wasn't a virgin birth because the story was about something about related to a king. It's like, okay, that doesn't disprove the part of the story that
Yeah,
just because the focus wasn't on the virgin birth doesn't mean that the virgin birth didn't happen in the story. Like,
yeah.
I'm confused about how the person does not understand how logic works. Like, when you make a statement, when you make a claim, the next part has to actually relate to the first point. It can't just change to something else and
It's
say
like,
that, oh well, this is unrelated, therefore it's not what
yeah,
I said. Like, what?
it's like the best example of a non sequitur. Just like this doesn't go
So
from
confused.
holy shit. Yeah, I mean, and you could almost say the same thing about the Christian story. Like, actually, the Jesus story was about a mad king that got mad that some other king might be born. So why would that? It's not even about a virgin birth.
Right.
It's the same logic.
Then also in Hindu tradition, you have Krishna, but his birth is not virgin at all. It's a tale of protection from a wicked king. Then you have Buddha in
See? What the fuck? That's amazing. Okay. That's pretty great.
Because if the story has a wicked king, therefore it cannot have a virgin birth in it. Like, it's mutually exclusive. You get one or the other. Take your pick, Hindus.
You only get one thing in the story. Jesus, what the fuck?
the Buddhist tradition. Queen Maya's dream of a white elephant is symbolic of mythology, but it's not historical incarnation. Then you have the Zoroastrian.
I don't even know. Something about a white elephant, which I thought was just really good shit. But I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're holding Buddhists to proving their mythos, how about you prove yours, dude?
Right. Oh yeah, that's excellent point.
How about you prove yours?
Which, and I could be mistaken on this because I know there's several different like denominations, I guess they would be, of like Buddhism, but I thought they didn't really bother themselves to believe things. It's more like just how to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it could be debated on whether or not those stories, like, I'm sure some people believe the stories are real, and probably most believe that they're just like good moral stories or something.
Yeah. I mean, I try to think of like a good example of I really like some Buddhist story. Like there was the one, this guy or a monk was being chased by a tiger, right? And he gets to this cliff or whatever, and the tigers come. He gets out on this limb that's out over the cliff, and he was going to drop down, and then another tiger comes, right? And then the branch begins to break that he's on, right? So he's definitely going to fall. But there's like this, there was a piece of fruit growing on the limb that was breaking. And, he took a bite of that and really focused on it. And it made his day before he got eaten by the tiger. But the point is, live every moment and really just you know embrace the good stuff before you get eaten by tigers or whatever. I think.
And to Gretchen's point, like, yeah, which is more likely, that there was an actual virgin birth, or that maybe somebody had the fucky wucky outside of wedlock and then lied about it so she wouldn't get stoned to death? Like,
100%.
which is more likely?
And it started a whole religion. I love that like meme where they're like, she started a whole religion with her lie. Yeah. Exactly. See, Gretchen's waiting for it too. Where's the fucking quiet part? Okay, all I've heard are loud parts. Where's the quiet one? Yeah, that's funny. I don't know.
And Savior. Now, this legend is.
What does it say?
I think he said it was from Zoroastrianism.
Oh, okay.
Something.
What is wasn't that like prior to the to Judaism, or like the Hebrews or whatever, like all the old texts?
I know it was like old Persian stuff. I don't know when it was said to have started. I'm gonna.
I feel like people said that it was based at like it was earlier, but I could be. I'm not very good with the history stuff. That is not not my strong suit.
I'm seeing different things. Saying it's somewhere. There's so much disagreement. There's saying some sources are saying as early as like 4,000 years ago, and others saying newer than that. But yeah, it seems like this was really fucking old.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like the ancient Persian religion.
I mean, it makes sense.
So,
it's hard to put a time on like when people started believing stuff. It's like kind of tough.
Very late about a stored seed and not a true virgin birth at all. So keep trying.
The Bible copies and
keep trying. Such a snarky fucking puppet,
recycles ideas.
Name one. You haven't named anything yet. In fact, I named more than you did.
Yet people.
I thought he just did. Like said that he recycled stuff. He was talking about Noah's Ark. He said that was recycled.
Noah's Ark and the virgin birth.
Yeah, and the virgin birth too. That was two. But he's like,
so because he didn't name every single religion that has that, therefore it's nothing's recycled.
Yeah. And it's just gonna act like you didn't say anything, which is kind of like one of their tactics.
So just because the puppet named more things individually than this atheist guy, therefore the puppet's argument is right.
It's got to be. There's, the number of things they said was higher. So you got to be right. Got to be right.
Hold it up as if it invented morality.
No, we hold it up as God's word, and God is the one who invented morality.
As if it was.
Oh, that fixed it. You nailed it. Jesus Christ.
The morality of genociding populations, murdering the firstborn children of a specific ethnic group, killing your own children. What else?
Yep.
Yeah,
slavery.
such moral. Yeah, slavery. Yeah. It's such a great moral code there.
Right. Yeah. And it's so funny too when they bring up like it is, he invented morality that way, and then it's objective, but then you name some of the stuff just from the Bible, and they're like, well, obviously that's bad now. And it's like, well, then it's not objective. Like it can't be objective if it changes over time.
Dropped straight from the heavens.
Plop. Still my favorite gag.
Even worse, the difference.
I'm so lost. What happened?
He animated the Bible falling from heaven.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's in it.
So therefore the Bible fell from heaven, and
he's the puppet's like, it did. What? Of course it came. That's the way to get books.
Yeah, so isn't even going to try to make the case that the Bible was like God inspired and written down by humans. Like, is the puppet going full? The Bible was not written at all by humans. So this Moses, but didn't he say that Moses wrote things down?
I think
So
you did, right?
did the humans write the Bible or not?
Well, right. It's like you didn't even feel like you needed to address that one, I guess. For fuck's sake. Wow.
Gospel accounts can't even agree on the most important details of Jesus' life.
You sure you want to say that?
When he was
Yep.
born,
Actually, they don't really give a year because the calendar hadn't been invented yet, but they do say
The calendar hadn't been invented yet?
The Jewish calendar was invented long before the Gregorian calendar. Like, just because the Gregorian calendar wasn't invented yet doesn't mean they didn't have calendars.
Like nobody knew when anything was. Their time wasn't really even a thing, you know? Just that you had to wait for that. Fuck. Jesus Christ. My God.
Like, you know, they had festivals and shit. Like,
That they did.
they
yeah.
had a calendar.
It was just slightly different.
Yeah.
It's so funny too, because like the calendar and honestly just like the way that our days and everything work, I feel like that's really good evidence that God doesn't exist. Like the way it's so fucking wonky and it's like 365, but like 4 days are just, you know, they get moved around because the days get longer over time. Like none of it is uniform like you would think a God would make, you know?
it was during the reign of certain rulers, and that has actually been confirmed. I'm bringing tons of receipts. You have yet to bring one.
when he died.
Hold on, but wait, the birth story we know gets the time way wrong because of the census and everything. It was like
Yeah.
you know
I'm just saying that, yeah, I'm not going to even disagree. Yeah, the calendar came about during certain rulers, but those rulers came long before Jesus. So the calendar, like, I'm pretty sure that the Persians had a calendar. I'm pretty sure the Assyrians had a calendar. Like, those happened long before Jesus. So that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's really strange. And that you couldn't like translate. Like I feel like we'd be able to easily translate because it's all gonna go off of like fucking moon cycles and stuff, probably, right?
Yeah,
So
right. Like, and how come we wouldn't be able to translate that stuff, but we can translate all the other mythology from, like, we can translate things from Sumerian mythology. So if there was this calendar that was lost and not translatable, like that'd be ridiculous.
yeah, that's pretty what a weird dude. Sometimes I think they
Yeah.
don't it's like it makes me feel like when there's certain time like I'm doing this here, I'm trying to do more pre-recorded videos. And I will do this thing where I'll like just go through and I'll just not even really think and I'll just pause and respond, you know. It's just that's what it sounds like, except that this person doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it's just even worse because it's like, oh no, I need to look that up. I need to check on this. I need to do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
Everyone else needs to check on it, but you don't. The puppet
right.
doesn't. You can just say whatever shit comes to your mind.
He's like, people are supposed to believe puppets. You know, that's the way I grew up. Puppets and guys with sweater vests or whatever.
There's no discrepancy on when he died.
Who saw him rise?
No one actually saw him rise. They saw
What?
him risen afterward.
Oh my good
If a
God.
mod-
What?
Yeah, so they didn't see him rise, yet they're going to claim that it happened, and they're going to claim that there are witnesses of it. So even you're admitting that there weren't witnesses of the resurrection. There are witnesses maybe after, according to them, which is still, they don't name any of these witnesses. They just say, yeah, there are 500 witnesses. Like, but who-
Scout's honor,
who
dude.
though?
There was 500. I swear, 600, depending upon your apologist. Sometimes.
Why are there
this
no
is-
sources then of them saying that?
Right? Because, like, yeah, in order for it to be a fucking like first-hand account or whatever, eyewitness account, they need to have that. They need to take account, right? Like they need to be like, this is my account. I am me. This is the person that it is.
Yeah.
Here's what I saw. There's none of that.
There's none of that. There's like no accounts written at the time of this supposed event. Like it all happened decades at least later. Like,
Yeah,
why didn't anyone write it down at the time? If it like, 'cause you'd think that if that event did happen, people would have written it down right then. Like that would be a huge monumental event.
right.
Like,
like
people would be writing that.
I would think, right? And that like Romans kept pretty good records, I thought, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't write anything about, oh man, there's this fucking carpenter guy, man. We could not get rid of this dude. He just kept popping back into existence. Nope, nothing.
Yeah.
None of that. Jesus.
If our book had this many contradictions, nobody would take it seriously for a second.
Well, since there are no contradictions and you haven't actually shown any evidence of it, I don't really take you seriously.
Just the first, like at the very beginning, this like it's like the chapter 1 and 2 of Genesis contradict.
Yep.
Like it's that fast. It takes like 0 seconds to get into that book before the fucking contradictions start. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hashtag blame Paul. I kind of think, and this is just me, that Paul just made Christianity up completely.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, like Christianity is the religion of Paul.
Yeah.
Like it has barely anything to do with Judaism.
No.
Like,
right?
and it seems to contradict everything that Judaism says. So it's like, no, it's like not even when they say like Judeo-Christian, it's just like, but Christianity is not even close to Judaism.
At
like
all.
These are completely different religions.
Like Judaism doesn't even have a hell, right?
I don't think so.
See, like, yeah, and I think that Jesus was just like used as a means to an end, right?
Yeah,
because there was Bart Ehrman saying that like Paul didn't even really know what Jesus had said. He only quoted him like 3 times in the whole Bible, and it's not like very deep stuff. It was just like some basic shit in Corinthians. But yeah, it's weird.
That's just being honest, but I'll pray for you.
And let's be clear, it is not just
Oh, go fuck. Oh my God. I hate it when people do. I'll pray for you. Hey, have fun. Have fun.
I love how everyone's responses as they come into the side chat is not this puppet.
Christopher, not this fucking puppet. Oh my God. That is amazing. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
It's so bad.
just a harmless belief.
Now we're getting to the core of why he makes videos. He wants you gone.
Religion shapes policy. Politicians cite the Bible to strip women of control of their own bodies.
I know where you're going with this. A fetus doesn't even have the same DNA. It's not the woman's body. If your argument against Christians existing is because we don't want babies murdered, you're not really showing yourself to be the hero here.
Holy shit. What?
You're not really showing yourself to be the hero here by revoking bodily autonomy and just wanting pregnant people to die from complications. Like, and for 9-year-olds to carry a pregnancy to term. Like,
yeah.
Stop this shit.
But it's different DNA, so that means
so therefore
she doesn't matter.
the pregnant 9-year-old has to die.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Good God. Yeah. It's what I've noticed too. A lot of the conversation around that is that it isn't black or white. You know what I mean? Like there's nuance.
It's not.
Right.
It's not at all black or white.
It's not. It's like this is when a person comes into existence and it's part of the process. So it could become a person or it could not. I mean, it's 20% of the time they don't, the fetus doesn't even go all the way to term, even for people that do want a baby. Yep. Right. So, but they have to be, no, it's got to be all or nothing. I can't do this. Like it's kind of a thing before we get to the, it's like they just can't handle it. So weird.
Yeah. As people who've never managed a pregnancy and do not understand why there's an entire medical specialty dedicated to managing pregnancies. Like it is, and it's some of the highest risk medicine out there. And they get sued some of the most because they can get sued in a lot of states up to like when the kid is now 18 years old. So it's like, it's very high risk stuff. So maybe just shut your mouth and stop making medical claims that you know nothing about.
Exactly. And actually it's great to have you here because like about this stuff. Because like when it comes to, let me ask you real quick. When it comes to the like abortion and whatnot, like it's really difficult to tell, right? If the like the person is like at risk, like you can't. It's not like it's this cut and again, it's not this cut and dry thing, right? It's difficult to tell how at risk they.
Oh yeah,
actually
all
are, right?
pregnancies are high risk, like all of them, and some are even higher risk. And then as the pregnancy goes on, you are risking more complications, things like preeclampsia, eclampsia, uh, like intrauterine infections, all that stuff. That stuff is more likely going to happen later on in the pregnancy. So if you have somebody who is super high risk or like has risk factors of developing those things, they should be able to decide earlier on if they're willing to accept that amount of risk. So it's like it is no joke. And things like postpartum hemorrhage is probably one of the biggest killers of pregnant people, and that happens either during delivery or after delivery. Like this is stuff that you have to make the decision earlier on and understand what you're risking, because in the moment it's a lot harder to manage. And would you want to make a decision before an emergency, or do you want someone to have to scramble and make that decision during an emergency? And would you want to ban them from making the right decision during that emergency? Like when you are in the hospital, you're having a baby and you're having seizures and you're bleeding out, like that doctor doesn't have a lot of time to figure out how to manage you. Like they're just going to go off the cuff, like what the guidelines say. And in that moment, they might need to terminate the pregnancy. And that again has nothing to do with whether or not whether the fetus lives or dies. That it's just ending the pregnancy, that's removing the fetus. Like that decision should be able to be made according to the patient's wishes. Like and that decision needs to be left open. And by closing that, by banning abortion, you're not increasing survival for anybody. You are restricting the ability to actually save lives and to do it according to the parents' wishes. So
it's terrifying that they're willing, just as because I feel like it's just a dividing thing. It's not even. I don't think the people that got everybody riled up about this stuff, I don't think they actually believed any of it. I think it was just to get us divided, and go, oh, they hurt babies. They're anti-baby. Who's anti-baby?
it's a political division thing, and it's a strategy to keep poor people poor, because rich people are still getting, like rich conservatives are still getting abortions. They're trying to limit poor people and people of color from being able to access it, because having more children than you can afford keeps you in poverty.
Yep. And you are like forced to play ball at that point, because you can kind of just be like, well, no, I'll just live in my car. It's whatever, it's just me. So who cares? You can't really do that if you have a kid. You can't be like, I mean, you could, but it's very difficult and kind of sucks, I'm sure. Jesus, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the abortion stuff drives me insane. But of course, it constantly comes up with these weirdos. Even the puppet ones. Jeez.
Yeah.
To deny LGBTQ plus people of basic rights.
Do you know what a right is? There's a difference between a privilege and a right, and I don't think you know the difference.
And to fight against teaching real science in schools.
Yeah, I feel like you don't understand what rights are.
Right. Yeah. What was it?
Do you know what a right is? There's a difference between a privilege and a right, and I don't think you know the difference.
And to
okay.
LGBTQ people, like there should be a universal right to get married. Like that is a right. There's a right to live authentically as yourself in society without being murdered.
Right.
Like there's a right to like change your name to like it's simple things. Like people don't understand that. And of course, the puppet's going to disagree, but we do absolutely have a right to healthcare. We have a right to things that are going to keep us alive. Like, that is just ridiculous. If, like, because I know the puppet's gonna imply that that it's a privilege. Healthcare is a privilege. No, it fucking isn't.
That's
Right?
crazy.
Because
Yeah,
if healthcare is required for certain people to stay alive, then you are infringing upon the right to life by infringing upon the right to healthcare.
right.
That's
yeah.
So if you don't understand that there's a connection there, then we need a lot more education.
Right. Oh god, but it's amazing how they'll just like switch it from it's not a right, it's a privilege. And what, like, privileges are earned? Is that what he's implying?
And the fact that these people are like, oh, but you have to carry a fetus to term, but you don't have a right to health care.
Jesus.
Like, so the right to die in pregnancy.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you're fighting for? You're fighting for the right to die in pregnancy.
Basic. I mean, 100%. Really. I mean, that I don't know if they know that, but because when it's so crazy too, when you explain to people about this stuff, so often they're like, "Well, hold on now. I support if the woman's life is at risk, whatever, but they don't understand just like the ins and outs of it. That doesn't matter. Like if the
Right.
doctor is afraid, it's like because these people they want blood, so they'll do everything they can after the fact. Be like, you could have saved the fetus, you could have done it. You just hate babies. They just hate babies. That's what it is. Jesus. Yeah.
Would you rather? Do you think we should only have fire precautions while the fire is happening, or should we prevent fires from happening in the first place? Like, it's like saying, no, we don't need a fire code. We don't need all these regulations for building because I support that when the house is on fire, that we should try to put it out and rescue people from the fire. But we don't need to. But it's just, why should we spend the extra money and effort to put in like fire alarms and shit? Like, that's this comparison. Like, how about we reduce the risk before it gets bad?
Exactly. And it would like drop the number of abortions, like, because what decreases the number of abortions is better education and access to contraception, which is the thing they're going after next.
Yeah.
People, it's just it's a death cult.
Fight against teaching real science in schools.
When was the last time we fought against chemistry or physics? What you're talking about is scientific.
All the time.
I was gonna say chemical evolution. Yeah. Like abiogenesis. That's my God.
They just don't know enough about what chemistry is, and they think it's separate from their belief system. Like, no, honey, science is all related. We're in one universe with like a pretty consistent set of rules. Like, and they all relate. So maybe just stop pretending these are separate things.
No, they can't. They're like, no, we put the egg on top of the bottle and suck it in and everything. So we believe in science. Okay, it's just whenever it disagrees with our magical book, then we just call it all evolution too, even though it's like spans a whole bunch of different fields and studies and everything. Jesus.
Theories like the theory of evolution, which
theories. So he doesn't even know what the hell a theory is, it seems.
Yeah.
By the way, there are plenty of Christians that do actually believe it. And secondly, the theory of the Big Bang was actually postulated by this guy. Yeah, a Jesuit priest. Beforehand, your crowd believed the universe just simply always existed.
I kind of.
Just because an idea was posited by a Jesuit doesn't mean that Christianity is real.
No, it doesn't. And it doesn't, right. And it also doesn't mean that there aren't literal anti-science Christians that are like doing everything they can to like wreck our ability to investigate things by defunding all of our actual science, like cancer research and shit.
Yeah.
They do like that. That's like Christians at the forefront, and all of the anti-vax shit. That's all fucking like Christian and woo people too. I will say, the wellness crowd, but a lot of Christians,
Took you a while to come to the truth that our side actually discovered.
Entire laws get written based on
Our side.
But they didn't but they didn't discover it because of Christianity. They discovered it because they asked questions about the world.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that was like a mathematical deduction, right? Like that was kind of just, the Big Bang and the expansion and all that. It's like, right? Isn't it like a mathematical? I'm trying to think of the right way. I guess it's an equation, like just basing things on where they are and then kind of working backward.
Yeah.
a book that also tells people to not wear mixed fabrics.
Which laws? Which laws quote the Bible? Give me one.
And that the earth was
Wait, what? You're saying that they don't use the Bible to make laws? Like gay marriage being illegal? I feel like
And
that was one.
not wearing mixed fabrics. Like the puppet's like, oh, tell me exactly the verse that tells us not to wear mixed fabrics. Like,
Oh, is
go
that
to
what
your
he was saying? Okay.
I feel like the puppet has never actually read the Bible. Like the puppet seems like he's never read the Bible because like it's in there. It's definitely in there.
Yeah. It's
Did you
well, it is
gloss
a
over
Christian.
it and forget that part because it's in there. And if you're a Christian and have read the Bible, you should know where that verse is. Like you should know that it's in there.
You would think, right? Especially with how arrogant this puppet is. Jesus.
Yeah.
created in 6 days.
Okay, prove that wrong. If you want evidence, then I need evidence too. Neither of us was there, but I will say that your geological record is completely flawed. It's circular. You date the fossils by what layer of rock you find them in, and then you date the layers of rock by what fossils you find in those. And so you can throw out any millions.
See, I don't know enough about
No.
dating methods, but that doesn't sound right.
No. 'Cause it's like it's not just about what layer it is. Like they're taking into account the physics of how things settle, and all that, like the mechanics of how. I mean, I'm not a geologist. I don't know the nitty gritty of how all that works, but there is a lot of nitty gritty that goes into figuring out all of that, and it's not circular because they are using certain facts that are determined elsewhere and then putting that knowledge together and saying, okay, because we know the way that these things settle in the ground over a certain amount of time, then this would put it at this time frame.
Huh.
Like it's not circular at all, and that's a misrepresentation of what geologists are saying.
It feels like they think, and I feel like I've heard Kent Hovind say basically exactly what this puppet said. I think he's taking a line from that. And it's that they're starting from they're like starting from their conclusion and like working backwards and just like trying to validate what they already decided is true, when that's literally what they do and absolutely not what science does. It's very self-critical. And it even is like, I don't know, because other people check my stuff because maybe I'm wrong, which you don't ever get that from religion.
Yeah, I feel like this person was homeschooled and needs to like go back through some education.
Definitely. They need some re-education here. Because my God.
Or billions of years you want, and it changes over and over and over as you make new discoveries. If your millions or billions of years was true, the James Webb Telescope should have found unformed galaxies when they zoomed in as far as they could. And guess what happened? They found fully formed galaxies.
What? So you would expect to find unformed galaxies if the world was, or if the universe is like billions of years old, because
we can't see most of the universe.
Right. Yeah.
Even with whatever telescope they're talking about, we can't see most of the universe.
But why would they be unformed?
I don't know.
Because if it was the Big
no
Bang,
idea.
They would be equally as formed as the other. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this one.
Science stuff fucks my head up. Or not science stuff, space stuff. Space stuff fucks my head all up. It just doesn't feel. It's just so abstract. It feels like it's just everything's too big. That's what it is. too high in numbers for me to even fathom, really.
Trying to wrap their brains around that.
Meanwhile, the people defending it rarely even live by it.
Well, that's kind of the heart of the gospel, isn't it? We are hypocrites. Yes, we sin, we make mistakes, but that's why we need forgiveness. Christianity is not about doing the right thing and earning salvation. It's about knowing we can't earn it, that we don't deserve it, and our obedience is out of gratitude to God.
Wow. See, you being bad people is built into your religion. Fascinating.
Yep. Wow.
My God. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ember said, hold on, let me pull it up. Really. So we can only see the galaxies with stars lit up in them. Oh my God. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Can't see the dark, unformed ones if they're not lit up.
Yeah.
They're too far away. Jesus, that's funny. My God.
And yeah, there are some people who are Christian in name only. But should I judge all atheists by your worst accusations too?
Yes.
You can do that if you like.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Judge people based on their actions. Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Like, not all atheists are bad, but also not all of them are good. Like, there's some shithole atheists out there, and we should call them out.
Hell
We
yeah.
should also call out shithole Christians.
Right. Exactly. And the thing too is that they love saying that, and like it never really makes sense to me when they put it in terms of like atheist. It would make sense if it was in terms like humanist, because that actually informs behavior, right?
Mhm.
Their religious belief informs their behavior. Our lack of a belief in their religion doesn't inform behavior, right? So it's just got nothing to do with it. You can, so it's weird when they're like, oh, but atheists are supposed to act like, you're like, what are we supposed to act like because like we're smarter than everybody, like we're know-it-alls? You kind of made us be like that when you made us have to like know about everything when you keep bringing up your claims. Then we have to go back and research cosmology, evolution, biology, and then you go, see, you're a know-it-all. Are you fucking kidding me? After what I had to do because of you? It's like, Jesus. Drive you crazy.
Christians pick and choose the verses that suit them and ignore the rest.
Some, sure, but atheists also make accusations without bringing any evidence or receipts.
They claim it's a guide to...
Good one.
Atheists in general. All atheists don't bring up their evidence, which, like, okay, sure, this guy could be bringing some more content to the table, but also this is a TikTok video and they don't have the time to do that on TikTok. So yeah, I mean, that's like, it's reasonable feedback to say, hey, you could put some citations in there. But that doesn't mean that all atheists don't have the citations.
Right, yeah, it is. It's just like broadens it. Well, all atheists, when we are far more likely to be bringing receipts, just even in like political conversations, like who's more likely, the atheist or the theist, to just, well, I heard a guy say that they're eating the dogs and cats down and whatever, but when like an atheist or a leftist atheist or whatever like says something, they usually go, no, here's the site, here's the sources, these are legit sources, whatever,
morality while excusing slavery, genocide, and eternal torture.
Nobody ever said it was a guide to morality.
What? You just did.
You did, though.
He just did. Jesus. That's incredible. But yeah, I didn't say it was a guide to morality. I was just saying a perfect God wrote it.
Perfect God wrote it, and we're bad people, so we don't always follow it, but we should. Oh, but it's not a guide to morality.
Like, I feel like I have to ask, like, what do they think morality is? Because I feel like we're not working with the same definition.
No.
It's evident, God's morality is evident, but you're also not understanding that God is sovereign. Yes, he can control the fates of many. And yes, eternal torture, so what? You're not the judge, God is. He has every right to do that. That's not a morality issue if he's the judge of the universe, which...
Holy shit.
Didn't he also say morality was objective?
He kind of did. Did he say that? Yeah, I mean that he's doing the argument, right? Is that you don't have any
Yeah.
right to say anything is right and wrong. Only God does, right?
So it's subjective according to God.
Right. And then it's this puppet's subjective opinion of what he thinks is God's subjective opinion is about how people should behave.
Yeah, because if I had a slave, that would be bad and not be sinful. But if God owns a slave, that's fine.
That's cool. Yeah, he invented slavery, and it's not immoral when God does it. So, and did he? Well, you know, I might be speaking too soon because we haven't gone any further, but didn't even seem like he was going to try to address those actually like the Bible verses with that stuff, you know. But I don't know. Maybe you will.
If the Bible really was the
never mind. Yeah, you did. It's like nope. Moving on. Oh my God.
Perfect word of God, it wouldn't read like a brutal and inconsistent patchwork of human opinions.
Well, you say it reads like that, but you don't bring any evidence, which leads me to believe that your source is either other atheists or an AI search bot.
It wouldn't
because atheists don't read the Bible.
Right. And they don't ever have evidence that they, you know.
I would pay so much money to see this puppet guy debate Kip Davis or Josh Bowen. Like, I would put so much money to see that.
That would be awesome. Holy
I would
shit.
love to see the puppet say, "Oh yeah, you've never read the Bible. You just went to an AI chatbot." Like,
it's like, I sell shirts that say I fucking love the Bible, dude. Like, are you fucking?
Yeah, where's Kip when we need him? Sometimes he's in the side chat. Where's Kip when we need him?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my God.
Need to be explained away every time a verse makes God look monstrous.
True. That's why no verses make him look monstrous. Only people who read into the verse what they want it to say. It's atheists that make him look monstrous.
Dude, have you read the book, man? How do you read it? But it's so funny too, because like this is one of those things where like as long as you presuppose that everything God does is amazing and perfect and incredible, then you go read the Bible. Well, then it's weird, but all those atrocities just kind of aren't there. But
he's so amazing to Job, so amazing.
Right? Yeah, perfect example over a bet from an all-knowing God. Jeez, what the fuck? Makes no sense.
You're the one that needs to be explained.
The thing is,
you're the one that needs to be explained. Your face is what needs to be explained. Yeah, up top, buddy. Oh, he's got another puppet back there to give him a high five.
Blind loyalty hurts everyone.
What's blind? I've literally seen miracles with my own eyes.
It divides people.
But where's the evidence, huh? Since you're telling him he has to prove everything. Where's your evidence of miracles happening? Jesus. Wonder what they mean too. Like I prayed for somebody's stomach ache. It went away. So.
I got that parking spot right in the front near Walmart. I only had to walk a little bit.
That's right. That never happens. And yes, it was a handicap spot. But that's, I have a thing about that. I think, I don't think they deserve that spot. So.
And to believers and non-believers.
And atheism doesn't? Really?
What was the thing? Sorry.
What's blind? I've literally seen miracles with my own eyes.
It divides people into believers and non-believers.
And atheism doesn't? Really?
Not really. I mean, not the same way. Because atheism is not believing a thing. So no, it's not.
I mean, we do divide people like into theist and atheist, but
yeah,
so I'll grant a little bit of that point, but it also that's inconsequential.
Right. I mean, I feel like the atheist side doesn't work so hard to make it an us and them battle. You know what I mean? It's like more. That's what they do. It's like they have parts in their book to say that they can't be around atheists too much because that would be evil or unevenly yoked or whatever. So like we don't have anything like that in our Bible because we don't have one.
Yeah.
But
because you are dividing us from yourself, saying that we shouldn't exist.
It shames children and
what?
No, we're not
What?
saying that you shouldn't exist. We're saying your religion shouldn't exist.
That
is different.
That was very out of the blue. He's like,
Yeah.
And you think we should all be dead? Fucking whoa, hold on. What?
No.
I didn't say it. He didn't say that. I think you're inferring something here. Jesus. Wow.
to thinking they're broken sinners before they can even live their lives.
There's a difference between coming to an understanding of a situation and shaming. I don't shame anyone, but we do understand that we are guilty of sin. That's like saying, how dare you tell a criminal that they've committed a crime? Are you the type of person that believes we should just unleash all criminals from prison and life will suddenly be better in our
Should
society?
you unleash all those criminal 2-year-olds?
Yeah,
How dare you not tell your child that they're a criminal?
Because they were born.
Because they were born into sin. Tell your newborn baby as soon as they come out, like, hey, we need to have a talk, just like for our understanding. You're a dirty sinner.
Yeah, Jesus, and so much of that is boiled down to that because it makes it so easy to manipulate people.
Yeah,
if you can break somebody's spirit and get them to think they can't make decisions because their decisions lead to bad, because they're just bad and they're broken, then they're like, but I can make your decisions for you, and they're like, oh, okay, well, thank goodness, because I really needed somebody to.
Yeah, that's exactly like how people get dependent on cults like this, like because they believe they can't trust themselves,
Right?
And that's really dangerous.
Yeah, that is huge. I mean, and I think too, and I mean, I could be mistaken about this, but it feels like a lot of times that leads to things like addiction, because that lack of trust makes it so that you're kind of acting. It's funny because it works in reverse the way that you would think, but it's like that lack of trust in yourself makes you more impulsive because you think you can't make decisions, so you don't even try to. And then you just end up super impulsive, just doing all this shit that just you're like, I don't even know why I did that, but probably because I'm bad and broken. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's crazy.
It tells people they're worthless without God.
Depends on your perspective. Eternally, sure, yeah, but that's not saying you never accomplish anything or don't have any inherent value. The Bible actually teaches the opposite of that. It says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Again, accusations, no evidence.
And then it
Fearfully and wonderfully made to be set up for failure and for most of them to go be eternally tormented. Yeah.
Right.
What a great purpose.
And it's just, it is like another thing where it's like he was saying earlier, how it's just like a bunch of people's beliefs just sort of like Frankenstein together, because they say the opposite of that a lot. They're like, oh man, you were fearfully and wonderfully made, like in a couple places. And in other places, you're trash, you're garbage, you're broken. Your best is filthy rags to Jesus. It's like, which is it, man? Like, how could it be both?
Right. That's all the whiplash is making my head hurt.
Right. Jesus.
punishes them with a threat of eternal torture if they ever question it.
No, actually, we're encouraged to question those who teach us. Paul actually called the Bereans noble because they questioned everything he said and checked it with scripture.
I don't think that's what he didn't say question your teachers. He said question your beliefs. Those are two different things.
Yeah. And that you're using the
still not
Bible,
doing well.
making sure that all your beliefs still align with the Bible.
Right.
Like, so it's not really questioning.
No.
Like, question all your sources, not just the ones you disagree with.
Exactly. Yeah. It's because it'd be like questioning your teacher would be like, well, teacher, how did Jesus make the, you're just confirming the beliefs and stuff. If you're asking your teacher stuff, it's just completely removed from what the dude was actually saying. It's incredible.
But
At some point, we have to stop pretending.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking for the quiet part. I don't, I'm trying to get so it's like we've made it.
Yeah, this person does not understand the metaphor about the quiet part out loud. Like they don't get what that means.
I don't think
They don't get what that means.
Well, they've never, I don't think they've ever encountered stuff like that, Like,
Yeah.
they're like they just never knew that's what people were doing when they dog whistle and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Then you stop. I'm genuine. Well, kind of.
Dude, you're a fucking puppet, bro. Okay? You're like literally the opposite of genuine.
We have to stop giving Christianity special treatment as if it's just some other perspective we need to respect.
Now here comes the truth. He thinks that
Oh, this is what he's saying the quiet part is.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm glad we made it there. So I was about to be like, okay, we're decided. But here we go.
is special treatment for Christianity. Just say what you
As
want.
if it's just some other perspective
Sorry.
we need to respect.
Now here comes the truth. He thinks that equality is special treatment for Christianity. Just say what you want. You want us to all go away by any means necessary, right? We all know what you're thinking.
No, where?
No.
Holy
No.
shit.
Does he not understand that Christianity is the majority in the country and that Christians are the ones trying to take rights from other people? Like, that is not equality. Equality does not mean you get to do whatever you want to everybody else and make everyone else follow your religion.
Right. Well, and a great example of this is recently there were those, I think it's here in Florida, there are these voucher schools, right? And it's basically a program so that they can pull money from the public schools and give it to rich white people so their Christian kid can get a discount on going to their Christian school, right? But recently they've of course, especially since this whole Mamdani situation, they found out that some of those schools that the vouchers are that you can use those vouchers to go to are Muslim, and now they're trying to figure out how to not let it be for Muslims, only for Christians. It's incredible.
Yeah, because that's equality right there. They're definitely just wanting equality and not power.
Right. Yeah, special privileges, which they constantly get over other people, dude. Jesus.
You're just afraid to say it because your account will get pulled down.
Respect has to be
Oh. It's like he keeps saying that we're saying stuff we're not saying. And this person said stuff he didn't say. He
Yeah.
never said anything about unaliving Christians. He would say
It's about not granting special privileges to Christians. Yeah, that's not the same thing.
wow. That is fascinating.
earned.
No, it doesn't. It can be given. And you are demanding it from us. You haven't earned it. You've been very disrespectful towards us.
And a system
What? Okay. That's
Disrespect meaning questioning your belief system. That's disrespectful.
right. And
Yeah.
the crazy thing is they literally think that. They're like,
Yep.
if you don't because they're so used to the fawning, people pleasing, everybody nod along with each other because that's what we're supposed to do. That when somebody doesn't do it, they're like, oh, you're being disrespected. You're supposed to pretend that my beliefs are true when you're around me. I don't know if you know that's just being a good person. So yeah,
It's bullying. It's bullying. If you ask me what I believe and you don't agree with me, that's bullying.
Right. Jesus.
built on fear, contradiction, and power grabs does not deserve respect.
Ditto.
If Christianity
That's what atheist. What is he saying? That atheism is based on contradictions and power grabs? How?
Apparently.
But okay, he's just I don't have time to actually come up with the response to that one. I'm just gonna say ditto so we can move on. Jeez.
was stripped of its influence over laws and schools tomorrow, most people would see it for what it is.
Yeah, the good news that Jesus Christ has offered salvation and peace with God. You do realize that's how it started, right? That there were no people in power when it first started. In fact, there are many countries in the world where Christianity is flourishing and there's no one in power who is a believer. Nobody's forcing it to happen. You need to broaden your gaze
So
beyond
because Christianity used to be a minor religion. Therefore, the claims that it's got it's power grabbing are untrue. Like, bro, this isn't the early church anymore. Like,
No.
you are in power in this country. Own up to it.
In like a lot of countries, they're the
Yeah.
ones in power. Like half the planet, from what I understand. But
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, that, and to not. Wow, it's just really weird too to be like you just said, like that's the way it started. Cancels out how it's been used for like the past 2 or 3 centuries. Like, what the fuck? It's super obvious that it's that it's a power grab a lot.
Yeah. I mean, just look at colonialism. Like, they literally used religion to take over people's countries and wipe out their people.
Right. Yeah.
Like, don't pretend like y'all are innocent.
And they made sure to always want to spread the religion too. I think when they, because it makes people easier to control when they believe that they can't make decisions for themselves and stuff, because they're broken.
Oh yeah. If you have a religion that endorses slavery and says, "Hey, well, you'll get rewarded in the afterlife if you perform your duties well for your master," like,
oh my God, that's right in there too. Legit.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that would make your slave population easier to control. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gets them to like look forward to the the after you die time. Jesus.
United States. There is a world outside of our borders.
Mythology that overstayed its welcome.
And atheism is wishful thinking that gives an excuse for sin.
What? Not being convinced that Christianity is true is
an excuse for sin. Yep.
Jesus, and it's wishful. Like, you just want to not be convinced of the thing that I believe in because you just want to sit. Like, it's and I always go back to like, is that why Islam isn't true then? Because you just want to not pray 5 times a day on a special mat? Yeah, that's what it is. It's true. But the praying, it's too many prayers, right? And it's just, so that's why you don't believe it. Like, that never works for anything else,
Right? Christians just want an excuse to drink alcohol. Like, they would be Muslims if they believed they could handle not drinking alcohol for once. Like, and eating bacon. It's a bacon addiction.
Yeah, that's really, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And here in America, we have a pretty big bacon addiction issue that is not being addressed. But
Christianity isn't just false, it's a lie that has been allowed to shape our world for far too long.
And so what's your plan to get rid of it? When are you going to get rid of us?
why do you keep what? This is so
It's
weird.
called education. That's what we want. We want better education and people to actually question shit. Like, the fact that they believe that the only way to change minds is by killing people shows that they have so little understanding of education.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, you're right, and everything is also violence with them. They're incapable of being like, no, maybe we should just, like you said, like, get more educated, talk to more people other than the people in your exact demographic, believing your exact stuff and everything, because that usually helps, which is kind of part of the college process, I think. Right? But they're against all that. So any like saying that Christianity wouldn't exist means that it's they're just gonna violently take out 70% of the country? Is that what he thinks we're going to do? As the 6% that we are.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
Poisons politics, slows down progress.
Define progress.
And damages people.
Oh, good one. Good one. You know that he can't hear you, buddy. Okay. Can't just start defining stuff. Okay. But it's pretty obvious that it's slowed down progress. Does anybody really think that that's not something that's happened a lot throughout history?
Yeah.
It just seemed like every single time as a species, we were moving forward, and it doesn't matter what your definition is. You can just find almost any example of this in history. The conservative Christians were always anti whatever it was, and then it became distasteful to be against that. I don't know, like, having black people at schools with white people. That was, the Christians were against that, and then they had the shift to abortion, and they're just still wrong about the abortion thing. But
people on the most personal level.
Actually, most people I've talked to that have become Christians out of terrible situations sing the praises of the peace and love and joy that they have. And
that's kind of a requirement, though. You can't be a Christian and be like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but it sucks.
Yeah, you sing the joy of what you have, built on the exploitation of everyone outside of your circle. So you are singing those praises on the backs of the people that you've murdered, genocided, or caused to have other forms of suffering. Like, it's not, sure, it could be peaceful for you, but that means peaceful for everybody else.
Right, exactly. Especially when it comes to like the LGBTQ community, they're very, very like just constantly. They think it's bigotry to them if they don't get to harm, that group of people, which is insane.
have not yet given not even one example for anything you've said.
The sooner we stop treating it as some...
He said hasn't given what he gave the example of Noah's Ark. That is one example.
So
do we need to review counting too? I feel like we need to review counting.
He needs to go on Sesame Street, okay? He needs to talk to some of those puppets on Sesame Street because he's not getting it.
I'm pretty sure he got kicked off of Sesame Street. That's what happened.
That's right.
Like, we're trying to teach the children, and you're preventing them from learning. So get out.
That's right. Oh my God. You're like mad that they're teaching that the Earth is billions of years, whatever.
Sacred truth and start recognizing it as outdated mythology, the sooner we can move forward as a society.
Forward to what? That doesn't sound good at all.
I think it would definitely be better, but
yeah,
that's just my opinion. Not that like just not having anything makes it better. You need like something to replace it with. I mean, as far like I said, like atheism, we have a lot of really bad atheists. I mean, it's just a fact. There are shitty, conservative, right-wing atheists. So yeah, you kind of need to be like a humanist. Atheism, again, doesn't inform anything.
Yeah.
What is going on? I get stuck.
Clear up, Antichrist would not be...
Oh, okay. There it goes. I was like, why is it? All right. What time is it? Oh, like 20 minutes, right? Yeah. All right, cool. Let me see what we got here. Well, here, let's do this. Tell me more about this crazy show that you do called Holy
Spirits. Pull it up. Actually, I don't have a teaser for this week, but I stopped doing the teasers because people haven't watched them. So I'm like, I'm not gonna put in my crazy amount of effort that goes into it.
Editing is a lot. Right?
Yeah, but we get drunk and tell religious stories, and I'm still editing the one for this upcoming week, but this past weekend it was Godless Engineer and myself telling Jesus stories from the New Testament. And then this upcoming week, if people want a break from Abrahamic religion, we have a story. We have actually Norse mythology and Egyptian mythology this week. So if you want to hear about the Wall of Asgard, that is story number 1. And the second one is part 2 from the Egyptian story that was in episode 5. So this is a fun Egyptian story of the rise of Horus, how Horus was fighting for the throne with Set and ended up jizzing in his lettuce and feeding it to him. So if you want to learn about jizz lettuce, this week is your episode.
Has
Yeah.
that just always been? So that's just always been a prank that you do to people you don't like. It's just that's just been a thing forever.
Yeah, it's a whole thing about sexual submission.
Really, I did not.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't make this,
watch
but-
the episode. Watch the episode to learn how that happened, because it is a story and it is explained. So don't miss this one. Don't miss it.
That is awesome. Oh yeah, and poor little thing. That was pretty good. Let's go look through some of the comments here. But are you doing any call-in shows coming up?
Not this week. I was on Talk Heathen this past week, but I have had a few things going on Thursdays, so I'm not doing any Takis this month. So I'll be back hopefully next month doing more. But availability is a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, that especially when it's such long, because you got to sit there for 3 hours, right?
Yeah, the show got longer because Jimmy does his show the vertical stream right after, and so now we go longer so that we bump right up against that one. So it is 3 hours now. It's insanely long.
God.
We take so many calls. We'll end up taking at least 10 calls a show now. It's a lot.
Wow, that's incredible. Do you have a bag strapped to your leg that you can pee in or something?
No.
How do you do the peeing? I don't
Yeah.
Just hold it.
You hold it or you get up at some point and make the other person
Just the private chat. You're gonna go full screen for a minute here because I got
Look at Ember's comment. You can book Dinks on Cameo for $10.
What? Oh my. Okay, I think we might. All right, we got a new Patreon goal. That's what that's gonna be. Oh my God, that's incredible. Holy
yes.
Hell yeah, we are doing this. That is amazing. Hell yeah. That is perfect. Jeez. Oh, and just so everybody understands, how did you say it's fantastic? It's the transatlantic call-in.
Yeah,
show,
transatlantic
right?
call-in show.
Well, what do you call it for short?
We call it Takis.
Takis. Okay, yeah. I feel like I always say it wrong when I'm trying to say I just have to just say the whole thing. That's not. Yeah, my brain doesn't do those well. Yeah, that's a great show though. I really do love watching especially that one because it's very informative for with the topic that a lot of people have a hard time, it seems, talking about. But yeah, and it's just sort of so easygoing a lot of time. Well, I mean, other than the bigots that you get quite often, but there's for the most, I feel like there's always at least a couple well-meaning people that call in and are genuinely curious about what's going, how to talk about this.
Yeah, most of the callers are pretty nice. Sometimes it gets a little bit annoying when it's there's certain people that will call in just to try to co-host. It's okay, well, don't call in just to agree with everything we say. At least have a question, or at least have some kind of discussion that's not just everybody agreeing with the same thing. That's not interesting. Nobody wants to watch that.
There's talking shit about the last caller. It's that guy was stupid. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I'm
okay,
right
cool.
with you.
Yeah.
Shit. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So do you have a favorite of the calling shows that you do?
I mean, Takis, I think, is my favorite show. Just because we get a lot of call volume on there. It's fun. Although I did Skep Talk recently, and that was pretty fun. I've done that a couple times. But yeah, I think Takis is still my favorite.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, who is your favorite co-host for Task, so that we can get you in trouble. That's
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer that question.
All right, damn it. Is there I do have a question about the Skep Talk. Do they have different things for each one, or is it just the different times or something, or is there like supposed to be differences for each show? Like,
For each
you know
show
what I
on
mean?
the line, like there's a different focus. So the ones on Sundays are like primarily religion shows, and then Skep Talk is supposed to be like about the host's kind of field of expertise is like supposed to be the theme, and then
Oh,
and then Chewed Gum, of course, is for feminism. Takis for LGBTQ issues. And the Hang Up, of course, is whatever Matt wants to talk about. So
yeah.
there are kind of distinct themes, but I mean they all kind of hinge upon, like Christian nationalism, but and they're all heading a lot more political now too. So
Yeah, I've noticed. I like that. I know so many people are like pissed. They're like,
yeah,
I don't want to hear about politics. Like, I do. I like this format for that, and it kind of sets those shows apart from like the ACA, which can't
Mhm.
do that at all, as far as I understand. Right? It's
yeah, and
like,
I think right now more people want to argue politics. Like you're gonna get a lot of callers about politics, more so than about religion. Because I mean, yeah, like we care about religion, but if you're not using your religion to affect anybody else, I don't really care. Like I don't need to argue that with you. And there's a certain point, and I think a lot of us are here uh at this point in the community. It's like, you know what? If you're a Christian and you're kind to people and you're an ally for people who need allyship, and you're doing the right things, then like why do we have to fight all the time? Like why do I have to argue philosophy with you if we're already on the same page for the things that matter?
right.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
because I kind of don't care where they think the universe came from. That's like, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal to me. But like how they treat people is. And so you can believe that we came from a fucking unicorn fart or whatever. And if you're kind to people, I don't, whatever. I don't care. I'll say you're wrong about the unicorn fart thing, but not about moral stuff, which is way more important.
yeah. So I think like especially the younger generations are so burnt out by the religious arguments, and they're like, can we just fix the world first? We just
Let's.
do that.
That's a good, yeah, which makes good sense, honestly, because we've kind of had these conversations to death, and
Yeah.
it's like there's only so many times you can repeat the same. Like, this is the fallacy. Here's how let me describe what fallacies are. Okay, a fallacy, you can only do that so
Yeah.
many times, but so that's why I'm kind of like I said, I'm psyched that they got the political stuff coming in a lot more. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah. Do you have like a favorite caller? Do you get like repeat callers?
I don't really have a favorite. I have like some least favorites, but I'm not gonna share that information.
Oh. I was gonna call him.
Yeah.
Just let him know.
Let them know that they're my favorite.
Exactly. He said, but he loves talking to you, man. You got to call back. You got to call back.
Yeah.
Oh God. So and then I got to ask you about this. Like you've been doing more recently, it seemed like you've been doing like on your own channel, like debunking
Yes.
like vaccine myths and stuff, right?
Yes, I finally got over my burnout with my own channel. I was like, for a while, I needed a break because the world sucks. And I was dragging my feet so long because I didn't want to have to address RFK Jr.'s bullshit. But I was like, I just need to do it. So yeah, on my personal channel, it's on Saturdays. I think I'm moving the time earlier just because I think more people are available right after Bree's stream. So I think I'm going to keep it there. But yeah, covering anti-science, like pseudoscience content, and that's kind of what we've been doing over there.
Which is very needed right now, especially with like the decline in education and everything. If we're gonna switch public education to just YouTube videos, you know, which it almost feels like that's where we're headed. Like we're just all public school is going to not exist because it gets defunded by these people. And then we got to educate everybody through YouTube. Seems fun. But no, that is super cool. I was watching through a couple of your shows there. It's really good. Really good stuff. Super informative.
And for people who want to not talk about anything serious at all, there is a game night on most Friday nights at 9:30 Eastern time, and we just hang out and have a good time. So if you want to not talk about shit happening in the world and just want to play some Jackbox or do some trivia, that's happening over there too.
Hell yeah, it is a blast. Well, and that's on your. Is that on? Do you do that on the YouTube channel too?
I started doing it on both YouTube and Twitch. So,
hell yeah, very cool. Yeah, I have a hard time with Twitch. I don't, I'm so okay. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I can watch now. That's great. No, yeah, it is a blast too over there. I love watching everybody get wasted. Just it is really fun. But all right, well, hey, thank you so much for hanging out. This is super fun.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Definitely want to come back. Maybe less puppets next time.
Probably, I got stuck on that one waiting for the quiet part, and then it just, took so long.
It was a good episode. It was fun to do the puppet content.
Right.
I need to go watch Emma's video about that now.
I know, right? Yeah, it was pretty good. So she's delightful,
Yeah, I got to hang out with her in person a couple years ago when I went to the UK.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I went to her house. Yeah.
Did you do the QED thing? Is that what the?
No, we didn't. We didn't make any content. We just hung out. It was fun.
Oh wow! Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, there was like a conference or something over there called like the QED conference or something.
Maybe. Yeah. No, I just went to go hang out with people. Like I hung out with Phoebe when she was living over there. I got to see Kate Montgomery. Got to see Emma. So it was a pretty sweet time.
Hell yeah, that's badass. I love it. That is great. All right. Well, hey, everybody needs to go. So if you're not, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not subscribed to all of these channels, yeah. And thanks again, Ben, for hanging out. This is super great.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Hell yeah. And we'll definitely, and I'm going to let everybody know the next time, we're doing the game night too. Cause
yes,
that's a lot of
please
fun.
do. Yes.
Oh yeah. But, all right, y'all. Well, thanks again for everybody watching. Really appreciate you hanging out and everything. But hey, the main thing is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time.